Welcome, everybody. It's Monday again. Thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha Israel. And
we are the hosts of Candid Conversations.
Hi, I'm Saucy Sunny.
Dawn B.
Aisha Israel.
Welcome to Candid Conversations.
Girl talk. Girl talk.
Girl talk.
All girl talk.
Ready for Candid Conversations.
We are ready to get started.
Are you?
I'm so sorry. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Candid Conversations. It is our last episode of season 3. So I hope you are ready. I'm excited. Today was kind of a wacky day. So let's just kind of see how this goes. My day did not go anything like I planned for it to go. And so you guys are hopefully going to just bear with me and support how this goes. But we are definitely ready to end the season. We have had a wonderful season. Season 3 has been just a whirlwind of things going on, so different than any of the other seasons that we've had. It was all girl talk the entire season. And then for Women's History Month, we kicked off Boss Chicks, and that did so well that we continued it. And I don't know, you guys can probably let me know during the off season if you want us to bring back more Boss Chicks. I think it went really well, but I'm looking for you guys to let me know what you think. So trying to think of what happened this weekend. So much happened. Okay, so I remember my cousin called to tell me that there was an emergency. And so I logged onto a family Zoom call to find out that I was missing or wasn't prepared for the DMX funeral. So I got in trouble for that. Not really in trouble, but I do have a family member who is a super fan. And so I think that we did send out our condolences before when he passed, but again, for just his memory and the services that went forth. And then another one of my childhood icons, Shock G, passed away. So it's been kind of tough for people in my generation to kind of just, be experiencing these terrible things. And I don't know why he passed away. I didn't get a chance to read any details or articles or anything like that. But I did see something important about the COVID vaccination. But like I said, today was a wacky day. And I don't know where my notes went. So I don't have that. Hopefully we will get some information throughout the show. But like I mentioned before, this is the last show of the season. And we have a boss chick who is bringing it all home for us. She is an amazing young lady that I am proud to say I met in college a while ago. And she was pretty ambitious and charismatic back then. So I'm very interested to see what she has to share with us. And I hope that you are too. I'm getting ready to bring on Mrs. Sauda Johnson-McNeal, Esquire, to talk about her movie and more. Hold on. All right. How are you, Sauda?
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the show. So what's been going on? What'd you say?
I said, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So as I was saying, I think, the last time I saw you, we were out of college, but it's been a while.
I think we were at the mall or something.
Yes. And did I have 1 or 2 kids back then?
I feel like you had maybe 2. I'm not sure though.
Okay. So it wasn't more than 15 years ago because my baby's only 14. Okay, so that's good. It's so good to see you. And I'm really excited to hear everything that you have to say. But I think my first question is, how does an attorney become a filmmaker?
That's an interesting story because it's really the filmmaker became an attorney, right? Okay. So the history is, when I was at USC, I was a theater major and I was actually going out on auditions and studying and
I didn't know that.
screenwriting. Yeah. So that was always kind of the dream. And I worked on this film BAPS. I don't know if you remember that from back in the day.
I remember BAPS, yes.
Yes. So this woman, black woman was she was a producer of the show, of the movie, and she was a boss. So I'm like, how do I get to be like you? And she's like, well, I'm an attorney, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to become an attorney. Right. So fast forward to me saying, okay, I'm going to go to law school and have that as a backup and then pursue my real passion. Well, life happened. Right.
Yes,
so I ended up, and I'm very purpose driven. So I ended up getting into areas of law that I absolutely was 100% behind. I used to represent in New York, I represented low income, underserved communities in real estate. And then out here, I've been practicing special education law, representing children with special needs, particularly black and browns. Yes. So it's like, okay, I've gotten a little bit off the path and it's time to get back on, right? So when the quarantine was happening, and I watch films anyway, but really every day in the quarantine, I'm like, where are we? I'm not seeing us. I'm not seeing us. And when I do see us, we are either, we're not the lead. It's not triumph stories. It's focusing on our pains. And I've said, you know what? It's time for me to get back to why I even moved to California, what I studied. And it's time for me to be a part of the change. When we talk about anti-racist society and to stop what's going on, I need to be a part of that. And so this is the way I'm deciding to do that.
Absolutely. And so do you find, because I think when you were with the special needs, that's when you caught my attention, because we probably were connected on LinkedIn because of my early childhood education. So I did catch a lot of that. So now with you getting back into film, are you finding, like you mentioned, the Boss Chick that you were introduced to during BAPS, are you finding that your law degree is helping you with that, or is it irrelevant?
Oh, it's quite helpful. Okay. Quite honestly, this society, unfortunately, in my opinion, I'm just going to say that, but, we put a lot of emphasis on titles, well, someone's a doctor, or they're a lawyer, or they're an engineer, and I'm not, that's not how I operate, but that just is how I believe society does. Right. So me being an attorney, particularly a Black female attorney, and there are not a lot of us from a numbers perspective, it gives me an automatic level of respect when I walk in the room, right? It's like, okay, this person knows what she's talking about, or she's done X, Y, and Z. So in that regard, just from even be able to get into these rooms and have the conversations, it does help, number one. Number two, it has helped me tremendously because I have been a businesswoman. I opened my law firm right out of law school, right? So I was 25 with my business partner, and I've been a businesswoman now for 20 years. So having that law degree, being a businesswoman, this is just really opening another business, right? And I operate another business. In the contracts, I know how to do. I was a contract attorney, right? So all of it is kind of like very, very important. So I thank you for asking me that. Yes.
Yeah. And so you're living your best life.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm loving life. I am very happy. I've been married almost 2 years in September, and I couldn't be happier. Unfortunately, it's during this pandemic. So that has been sad. We've definitely had loss. So I definitely pay respect and homage to those who have transitioned. But yes, I am in a good place.
Awesome. So now about your film, The Skin You're In. So you've mentioned a lot about how you feel, we were missing in films, but how exactly did this film come to be?
So when we talk about the skin you're in, and just when you think about that conceptually, some people might go to that literal meaning, but for me, it really just talks about unconditional acceptance and love of yourself, right where you are. right? So you may not be where you want, physically. You may, some of us put on a few of them quarantine pounds, you know
Are
what
you
I'm
talking about me right
saying? I'm not you, not you. But, but it's like, okay, we may have some goals,
Yes.
but do we love ourselves, who we are right now in this moment, right? That's really what the skin you're in is about. And
Okay.
for many of us, particularly Black women,
Mhm.
because we have and continue, so we're talking historically and what we go through now,
Mhm.
we have been either victims of or have experienced racism, ageism, colorism,
Right.
all of these different isms. We can be mentally, like mental health wise, we can get impacted by this. We can literally be so stressed that it impacts us and it manifests physically, right?
Absolutely.
So for us, it's about loving ourselves. It's about this self-love journey, loving who you are. So for me, I've been on a self-love journey basically since I was a child, thanks to, my mother. She's known in the community as Mama Sue.
Okay.
Thanks to her, she's
Mhm.
been very intentional about just making sure that not only do I love God, but I'm also very centered in God, as well as learning to love myself no
Absolutely.
matter what, right?
Yes.
So I thought,
Wonderful.
what about if we make films
Mhm.
that show us how to work on ourselves, right?
Okay.
Because if you see films, a lot of times you'll see there's the love story. The woman is like in a low place. I need to meet a man. And then she meets the man, and then she's better.
Life is great. Right.
Right. And we know that that's
Reality.
right. So the
Yeah.
reality is that a lot of us need to work on ourselves and love ourselves, not only to attract a good partner, but to be the best that we can be for ourselves and for everyone else, right? So this
Yes.
film, The Skin You're In, is focusing on the character of Sasha Stay, is focusing on her healing, right? She comes from this dysfunctional family, and there's a lot of childhood trauma, and a lot of us know about that, right?
Yes. Mhm.
So she has to learn to love herself in order to ultimately save her estranged father's life. He's ailing, and he ends up needing her. But
Okay.
how can you take care of someone else if you don't truly love yourself? So we talk about the how, like we see her talking about going to therapy. We see her meditation, her going to church, her prayer,
Okay.
working those dynamics out with her family, those hard conversations that a lot of us, we won't have. We go to our
Right.
graves, we won't have those deep conversations with our mamas and our daddies about how you raised us.
Absolutely.
This film is about giving Black women, and really it's universal for all women, it's
Mhm.
giving us the courage, the empowerment
Okay.
to have these tough conversations and to work on loving ourselves.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so is what genre is it? It's fiction, yes?
It's absolutely a narrative, so it's
Okay.
fiction, but then it's really a compilation of true stories,
Oh,
right?
okay. Okay.
So it's definitely fiction.
Mhm.
However, what I did was, I've done focus groups, talked to different sisters, and once you hear enough stories, I was able to piece together and write the film based on lived experiences of us as Black women. And it is a drama, so that is the
Okay.
genre with a
Okay.
comedic kind of element. Well, we got to
All
lighten it up.
right.
We can't be super
Yes.
serious all the time. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course. That helps. Helps keep our attention, so that's good.
Right, right.
Awesome. Okay. Well, now, is there anything that I did not ask you that you want to make sure that the public is aware of, or what they need to know to be able to see the movie, share the movie, anything like that?
Absolutely. Well, ultimately, I really want everyone to understand that what we're doing on the Ron Ash team is we're building a movement, not a moment, right?
Okay.
We thought it was important to really start being a resource for
Mhm.
other Black women in terms of either so embarking on their self-love journey, or
Yes.
continuing on that, because it's a journey, right?
Yes,
There's
absolutely.
not a destination when it comes to loving
Right.
ourselves. So
Yes.
what we've done is we've created all these different self-love activations. We had a series, an intimate conversation self-love series. We have
Oh,
noir talks coming up. It'll be kind of like TED style, but it's really going to be for Black women sharing their self-love journey. You know, we have a fundraiser coming up on May 2nd where we're honoring phenomenal Black women. And we have this crowdfunding campaign, which is huge. And they can actually go to my website, ronashllc.com.
Okay.
And from there, that will take them to the Seed and Spark platform where we're 68% of the way there.
Awesome.
And we just need the community to understand that what we're doing is we're creating this anti-racist movement along with this self-love movement. So it's really one, because it's like, if you want to be a part of the change, I believe one of the main ways to do that is through mainstream media, because it's such an influential part of society. If we can change the narrative and the perspective about how we as Black women are seen, then I think that will help to kind of start shifting in terms of how this society treats us, to see that we are just like everyone else. We're human beings. We live human experiences just like everyone else.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that would be the best ways to support us, is through ronashllc.com. And then please support our crowdfunding campaign to help us make this movie.
Yes, support your girl. Yes, absolutely. And I'm so proud of you, and I commend you for getting this started. I think that we have to start somewhere, and like you said, it's a movement. So I'm assuming and seeing the vision that it's going to take momentum, and it's going to be a major change. It has to be, because a lot of us are just tired of how we're treated. I see you. So our time is up for our interview, but as I always do, I'm going to invite you to stay or come back to do girl talk later in the show. So I'm getting ready to transition to Shy Tea with Imani, and if you hold on, then we'll have some girl talk, relationship talk later after she's done.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, thank you.
Okay, good. All right, everybody, get ready for your girl Imani with Shy. Hey, Imani, how are you?
I'm good. I love my intro.
Good. So, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I cooked a lot this weekend.
Did you?
Yes, I cooked a lot. I made steaks, roasted potatoes, asparagus.
Was that nervous energy? Are you done with finals? Did you say you were done or no?
So I'm done, but I have one more test to be uploaded so I could do it for math, and then that's it. So I'm technically done.
Yes.
I'm not going to upload the math test until the end of the week. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so let's get into it. What tea do you have for us today?
Okay, first we're going to talk about Kanye. Everybody know Kanye, not as Kim K wife, but we know him from him being Chicago rapper, from Chicago and stuff like that. He from the hood. He one of us. So everybody know that Kanye sells shoes now. He has a shoe called the Yeezys.
Yes.
In my opinion, they look like space-looking shoes, alien-looking shoes. They look crazy. They look so crazy. But they sell for a lot of money because they Kanye shoes. So usually the shoes be selling for like $700 to around $1,000, $2,000. Well, Kanye, he made a Nike Air Yeezy prototype, and it sold for almost $2 million.
For one pair? Like just two shoes?
One pair, yes.
Who bought those shoes?
I don't know, but specifically it was $1.8 million.
Okay.
Which is still kind of crazy to me, like it's you gotta be somebody who $1 million is like $1 to them. Gotta be.
Right. So we're probably not gonna know their name.
No. I don't even want to know their name because it's gonna hurt my feelings, I look at a pair of Nikes, and if they or Jordans, if they over like $250, I'm not buying them. So
yeah, I'm not even there. Well, not with gym shoes. Other shoes I might pay.
Well, I'm stepping my gym shoe game up. I just bought the Raging Bulls last weekend. So.
And I don't know what that means.
I know you don't know.
All right. Okay. So what's up next?
Okay, and then I want to talk about the Vice President, Kamala Harris. She was talking about advocating for like Black women in their maternal health. And she, and I quote, says, Black women are not being heard when it comes to maternal health. And basically getting days off when you pregnant or even not pregnant. I even think women should get days off for cramps, you know? Like if you're on your cycle, I think you should have a week off. But like she was advocating, yeah, the whole week. Why not?
Okay.
You know, PMS is really something.
It is something.
Backlash somebody.
Okay.
Just to be safe, a week. They ain't gotta know how long it lasts. I said a week.
I hear you. Go ahead.
Paid. A paid week. Why not? No. And then I want to talk about one of the Pretty Ricky people. I know you know who Pretty Ricky is.
Pretty Ricky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So we're going to talk about Baby Blue and Pretty Ricky. He is in critical condition. He is a fine man. He's in critical condition after being shot outside of a bowling alley in Florida.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's no more news about that I've been hearing. But I just want to, say sorry. And I'm praying for him that he make it through because he is a fine man.
That's why you're praying for him, girl.
I'm just praying for him. I saw Pretty Ricky as a kid when I ain't had no business saying that stuff.
Yeah.
So he's in my childhood, and I want him to be in my adulthood too.
I understand.
That's a fine man. It's the smile for me in the beard.
He's a handsome guy. Okay.
Fine, real fine. Then I want to talk about Queen Naja. So
I don't know who that is.
She started out on YouTube with her baby daddy and stuff like that. Her baby daddy kept cheating on her. She left him during YouTube, but he still be crying on YouTube, making little skits like, what if Queen called me back and said I could have her back? But she didn't have her second baby with her new boo. She married now, okay? A new boo. Her music is all over the world.
Wait, who's music? She's a music artist?
She's an artist.
Okay.
She's an upcoming R&B artist. But I don't know if you ever heard of Butterflies, Pack Light.
Mm-hmm. That's her singing?
That's her.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard that before?
I've heard that melody, that tone.
Yeah, that's her.
Yes.
That's her.
Okay.
But pull the picture up again because I think the picture is flawless.
Okay, the picture's a little much for me, but go ahead.
She got her body done. She got her a BBL, a fat transfer. So that is her body. She ain't got no implants or nothing. And she got her body done about a year ago. And people are shaming her. And I'm confused because
shaming her, saying what though?
Body shaming her. Like, oh, you just got your body all out there. My thing is, people shame you when you're fat. They shame you when you're skinny. They shame you when you're thick. People shame you when you're comfortable with yourself because they're not comfortable with themselves. I don't care if she got a BBL, tummy tuck, breast augmentation, sis look good. And people just be hating. Do whatever make you happy. Like, literally do whatever makes you happy. People just hating on her. I think she looked good. And look, if I was on vacation, I'd be in my swimsuit too doing it. Like, people post their swimsuit pics all the time when they're on vacation. Like, is it a problem because it's her? And she never lied about getting surgery. So my thing is, if you don't say you got surgery, people be like, oh, she trying to hide it. But when you do say you got surgery, it's still a problem.
It's just that people want to say something regardless.
People want to just talk.
I got you.
So that's right.
Yes, I got you. Thank you, Imani, for your tea. Let's see if the ladies are ready to join for Girl Talk. Let's see. First up, Imani. Hi, Imani, all the way from the south side of Chicago. Hi. Next up is Sunny from sunny California. How are you, Sunny?
I am good. Good to see you guys. I missed you last week.
Yes, it's good to see you. And next up is Dawn B from the south side of Chicago. How are you, Dawn?
Amazing. Thank you. How y'all doing?
How you doing?
We doing good.
And last but not least, I'm going to bring back our boss chick, Sauda. How are you?
I'm blessed. Thank you.
Make this work. Okay, that's better. All right. So for those of you who are just joining us and maybe for the first time or haven't been here in a long time, I am going to review the rules for Girl Talk. So Typically, we have a question, a scenario, or a meme, but we have dropped the meme this week and last week because we just are retiring them. And in the off season or the hiatus, if you'd like to suggest what our third thing can be, we're open to suggestions. But anyway, so every lady on the panel gets an opportunity to choose a question or a scenario. When they choose, they have the first opportunity to answer the question or respond to the scenario before the rest of us chime in. Are you ready?
Wait, repeat that one more time. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I know, right? Distracted by Imani.
It's easy.
Making cocktails over there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you can either choose a question or a scenario. It's just one or the other. But when you choose, you get the first opportunity to respond before the rest of us chime in with our opinions or responses. All right. So first up, I'm going to go with Imani because she's next to me on the screen. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What would you like to choose?
I want a question.
You want a question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It says, is having petty arguments a normal or essential part of a relationship? Any advice on how to handle it? Okay. So I'm assuming she's having petty arguments in her relationship.
Well, I don't think I'm the right person for this question because I'm a petty person.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I'm so petty and I can't even help it. Like, I don't even try to be petty. I'm just like,
so you're saying for you it's an essential part of the relationship.
It sure is. I'm petty like that. I told you. I even block my fiance sometimes. We live in the same house. I will block you. And I'm petty. I can't help it. It's in my blood.
Now, what would cause you to block? You mean like on social media? You would block him?
My phone too, and I pay the phone line.
Oh, okay.
My name, and I will block him.
Okay.
Nice.
And I don't. It don't even have to be a reason. Maybe I just feel like being petty today. He gonna catch it. The baby gonna catch it. I'm just gonna be petty. It's just.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when she needs that week off.
Right.
Exactly.
Y'all leave me alone.
Come on, Kamala, right? All right. Anybody else? Are petty arguments an essential part of the relationship?
No. Okay. I absolutely cannot take petty. Especially from a man. Imani, that's humorous. Some women are, and she owns it, okay? Mm-hmm. But if my man, or he's not my man, because my man would not be petty, I can't take a petty man.
That's a female thing.
Yeah.
I agree.
No,
I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
it's not normal and it's not essential. Okay. So
for you, it's a deal breaker.
It's a deal breaker. In fact, like, okay, I'm not even gonna tell that story because y'all know my stories be real, and I'm getting emails and text messages after the like, talking about me. I don't appreciate you put my. I didn't put your name out there though, bruh. I'm gonna keep.
One time you put somebody's name out there.
Oh, that was a good story. That
was funny though. All right.
No, deal breaker.
Yes. Anybody else?
Yeah, I think it's non-essential. I think, and not only, and I love Ms. Dawn's perspective from the male, but I think as women, you know, at least for me, I have to fight it. Like there are several times where I want to be petty with my husband. It's very much, but I try to keep it as internal because I just don't think it's healthy for the relationship, right? So I have to work on letting go of ego and just being vulnerable and fight the pettiness. So I say fight the petty because it's better long term for a good, healthy relationship.
Agreed. Sonny, you don't want to admit anything. You're looking like, should I say something?
I can be very petty because I have OCD and I'll go on a rage through the house. Whose is this? Whose is that? What the hell? Just go crazy. And then, you know, I get convicted by God and said, that was ugly. That wasn't nice. You got to go say sorry. So, I mean.
That doesn't sound like petty, though.
But, okay, leaving the shoes on the floor. Constant.
Well, that sounds like they're not respecting. So you've been saying that for a long time, though, Sonny. They're not respecting your wishes.
I'm about to kill these. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm about to kill you. You gotta get them.
Well, I think they might be a normal part, but they're not an essential part. So does that make sense? So I think
It happens.
yeah, because emotions are involved, right? So you might feel
Everybody
petty
gets
sometimes,
petty,
but it's not required. It's not essential. And I think that after a while, when you've been together a long time, no, I can't say that because I know my parents used to still argue about the same stuff before my daddy died. And were married almost 50 years. I was like, I'm gonna come back when this is done. When I hear this certain word, then I know it's almost over, and I'll be back. I mean, they literally would have these same arguments, exactly the same. I'd be like, oh, okay, this is that one. All right. But yeah, not essential. I don't think they're required, but I do think that they are normal. I think they happen depending on the two personalities that are in the relationship. And any advice? I mean, choose your battles. That's my advice.
Pick your pettiness.
Exactly. Be petty about something, not about everything. I know Don was like, absolutely not, no petty.
I cannot. It wears me out. It wears me out. It almost makes me call you out of your name. So I have to use
okay, well, you don't want that.
Do it with you.
Exactly.
I'm so sorry.
That's funny. All right. Sunny.
Yes.
What would you like? A question or a scenario?
Give me a scenario.
All right. Can you see it?
Yes.
I'll read it. I am newly married and I am loving this newlywed life. Everything is amazing except for one thing. I have a teenage stepson who keeps breaking things in the house. First, it was a 40-inch TV. Then it was some glassware in the kitchen. He's also broken his wooden beefcake. What is that? Okay, anyway, I don't know if he's clumsy or careless or if he's breaking things intentionally as a passive-aggressive way to express his discontent about our marriage. Since I'm not sure, I don't want to make accusations. He's only 14, so he's not old enough to get a job. Suggestions? Advice?
Well, I do have a 14-year-old. And I have a 12 and a half-year-old that will be 13 that does break things. The 14-year-old has broken things. So in this situation, it's catchy because you're the step parent. So it's going to depend on your relationship. But it doesn't seem like it's a super close one at this point yet because he may not be happy that y'all got married. But do some bonding thing. I don't know. Find out what the kid likes to do. Maybe it's for me. If my kids break stuff, I go off on them. They get punished. They lose some money. Advice. This is a hard situation because you are a step parent. You need to talk to your husband to find out, hey, before we got together, did things like this happen? Because maybe it is passive aggressive because y'all are together now. Or maybe he is clumsy. I have a clumsy 12 and a half-year-old that drives me nuts. But, it is tricky because as a step parent, you don't want to go off on the kid and then push him away. And now you are fighting between your new spouse and your stepson. That's suggestions. You got to sit and talk.
Okay.
Without being upset. You got to talk.
Don wants to say something.
Go ahead, Don. Let it rip.
Okay, I don't have a 14-year-old, but I do have a 5 and a 7-year-old. That means they almost 12.
Yep.
Together?
Yes.
That's how she does.
Almost out of the house. That wears me out too. I'm like, pay attention. Because he runs over things. Ethan, especially Ethan. Not Ethan, I'm lying. I'm a 5-year-old, 7-year-old. He just all willy-nilly. Just I'm like, if you don't pay attention.
Okay.
See, that's not you break stuff. It wears me out. I say, please pay attention. And now you upset that your items are broken because you didn't pay attention. Be aware of your surroundings. So by the time he gets 14, if he's still doing it, it's gonna beat his ass. That's it. He needs to be trained. And that I'm telling you, I just yelled at them today. Pay attention because they broke now they can't even play in the bouncy house because they broke the blower, the air blower. Not paying attention. Putting it there and it fell off the box. Not my fault. Now you can't play in the bouncy house. And it's, to me, it's just about paying attention to your surroundings, being aware. So he would have to get screamed on and trained and only be in one part of the house, which is his room, and put a gate up. You can't come out. Ring the doorbell when you're ready. I'm putting the metal gate up on your bedroom door. That's it.
I wonder, because it said the TV and then some dishes. Is it? But then it said, I don't know what the wooden thing was, but
beefcake.
I wonder. I can't even decipher that one. So I wonder, is it only his stepmother's things? Like, if it's only her stuff, then that's a real conversation. I agree. You need to probably have some bonding activities. You need to have a family meeting, talk to the husband, something. But if like you said, ask, did he break stuff before I came into the picture? Then we probably need to work on some focus activities with the child. You know what I mean? Just to make sure that you're taking time to pay attention. But 14, somebody said they're old enough to get a work permit signed by a parent and get a job. So that might be incentive. Get that work permit and get a job so they can understand the value of $1. Once they're made to replace something, maybe they will, pay closer attention. Like, okay, that came out of my allowance, or that something. I just feel like if they attach it to some type of value, it could stop. Somebody said, do we give kids time out? 14 is kind of beyond timeout.
You need your ass at that point.
I think 14 is just
knockout.
Oh, you said knockout.
Left, right, good night.
I think it just needs to be a clear understanding. Like, I'm not here to try to replace your mom. You know what I mean? To try to be your mom. I'm just trying to be here as a support system for you. Like, even though I'm your stepmom, I'm here for you.
Right.
So it needs to be a clear understanding. Like, I'm not trying to replace your mom. Trust me, I don't want to be your mom. You know what I mean? Can't nobody take that title.
Right.
So
I don't want to be your stepmama. Okay.
Right.
You just came with your daddy, little boy.
Wait. What you
say? No.
I was trying to read Suzette's comment. Okay. Now, what'd you say, Dawn?
Dawn on the roll.
Nothing. She said nothing.
Said, I don't even want to be your stepmama. You came with your father. That's it. That's all. You better stop breaking my stuff.
Don't say that. Please don't say that.
I'm serious.
Yeah. Sauda, did you want to chime in on that one?
Well, I don't have any children yet. So I the only thing I can speak to is having been the product of, I was raised with my stepfather and my mother. And I definitely think it's worth having a conversation. I think the dad should talk to the child and try to see if they could find out what's going on, because it's 9 times out of 10 might be some passive aggressive. I know I had a lot of that when I was a lot younger though. So I definitely think, and then bonding, I think between that, the bonding and having that conversation, I think those two are important because he might be acting out because of the fact that, to Don's point, you trying to replace my mama, and she's like, no, that's not the case. So I mean, that's what I would offer, at least having been the product of that. My mother was always, and that was Suzette, my mama, they were always in tune of what I was feeling and going on being in that situation.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. You guys had open communication.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that communication is essential. Okay. Cool. Dawn, it's your turn.
Oh, yay! New scenario.
Dawn says, I can't wait.
You said a scenario?
Sure. Yes.
All right. It says, I fell in love and married my. What's wrong?
I don't want to talk about love. Oh, F love. Okay, go ahead.
It's a relationship show, though.
I know.
Okay, so it says, I fell in love and married my husband who works long hours and doesn't have much time to take off to travel. My husband enjoys little luxuries like golfing, nice cars, etc., while I crave adventure. For us, money isn't an issue as we both have our own income, and I don't really depend on my husband financially. I personally do not see anything wrong with traveling solo when married, but my husband thinks couples shouldn't go on trips alone. Thoughts? Thanks.
Okay. So I personally don't see anything with traveling alone either. So the husband better grow some and ask for some time off. That's it. Otherwise, I'm going by myself, and I'm about to be client number 17.
What's client number 17?
A scandal, honey, at the bar. Pick me up, boo.
Oh.
I don't see anything wrong with being with traveling alone. I mean, like, it's either stay home, be miserable because my husband is working long hours, which I know what that feels like. Super long hours, deployment. It's just like, okay, happy wife, happy home. It has never been the realest statement ever. Like, that's a real statement. Because if I'm sitting there like, oh God, I can't go, you can't, I can go, but now I can't go because you don't want me to go. That's the only reason I can't go. It's a problem. That's it. In my opinion.
I hear you. Uh-oh. Sorry, I tried to click something. Okay. That's something else. Okay. All right. So anybody else want to chime in?
I agree. He's got to take some time off. She shouldn't have to suffer and be stuck at home because he don't want to go nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Them long hours. I know it's real, but it's also room in there to not have such long hours or figure out. I mean, we've been doing this pandemic Zoom work for a year now. Apparently it works. And before the pandemic, people were, oh, I can't work from home. I can't do what I do. Or I can't do. Okay, we found a way, didn't we? It's been over a year now.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah, being married does not mean that you lose your independence. So I came to I'm definitely learning to compromise, but I came to the table independent. And so first of all, was the person already a workaholic? You knew that. So there has to be some acknowledgement on that. So
True.
You need to talk about that. So if I come to the situation knowing that my husband works a lot, that means that he's going to have to understand that I'm going to be doing other things while you're working a lot. The expectation for me to always just be sitting there, if that's not how I came to the table, that's not how it's going to be in this relationship. So make sure you look, that's that self-love, y'all. That's that self-love as women. Come on.
Word. It seems to me that, like you're saying, if he was a workaholic before they got married, it seems like that should have been a conversation before. Like, okay, are you going to continue to work all these hours? Because I'm not going to be able to sit home while you're just working. Like you guys know I can't do that. Now I didn't have a major issue during the pandemic, like staying in the house, but I was working in the house. So that I have to be doing something. And I'll say I'm blessed that my husband and I had a conversation, or probably several conversations before we got married, that, well, we both love to travel. So even though he is a workaholic, he also loves to have fun and he loves to travel. So he makes time for that. And we had said, like, we're going to go every year, we're going to try to go on like a couples trip, a family trip, and he gets a guy's trip, I get a girl's trip. Like, traveling is that's in our marriage. It's intertwined all up in the fabric of it. So
that's good.
So he has to stop working. And sometimes I think a couple of trips we went on, he was working. So we did have to have a conversation about that. But other than that, I think that's a conversation you need to have before you even decide to get married. If you see those trends, and if you want to call it a red flag. You want me to mute everybody and see? I don't hear it. I only mute it. Okay. I don't hear it anymore. All right. Did anybody else want to comment on that scenario? What'd you say, Imani?
I want to comment because I'm not married, but I will be soon. And before, thank you. When me and my fiance got together, he had a regular job and then he got a CDL. And that was a big adjustment for me because when he first got his CDL, training was 6 weeks. He was gone. He drives over the road from state to state. And now he's going like 2 weeks at a time and then come home. But I knew it was going to be like that. You know what I mean? And he makes sure he takes time off for family vacations or for us to do stuff together. He would be home for a week just to cater to me. Like, it's balance in it. You know, like, he still makes sure he at work to pay the bills, but he don't work too much that he neglected his family. So I feel like even if the person is a workaholic, if it's worth fighting for, then they will take off. So
that's a good point. That's a good point. You make time for the things that are important to you.
Yep.
So true. So very true. So, did we answer the question? Is it okay to travel alone? I think it's okay to travel alone. I don't particularly want to travel alone.
Yeah, I'm scary. I'm not traveling, going nowhere with myself.
I mean, I'm not scary, but that seems boring to me. I want to take somebody with me.
I'm scary. I watch a lot of
You watch Hostile?
yeah, you know, Discovery. I ain't going nowhere alone.
Right. Okay. You're scary. Well, there have been bad things that have happened to people. So
as a couple. Oh,
right.
As a couple,
you're right. As a couple too. All right. Whose turn was that?
That was
Dawn. Oh, Dawn. Yes, because Dawn was not happy about the relationship thing. Okay, Sauda, it's on you. Would you like a scenario or a question?
I'll take a question.
All right. Should dating lead? Should dating lead to marriage? Why or why not? Dawn, stop it. Sauda, you get to answer uninterrupted.
I really think it's a personal choice and where you are in your life. When I was in my 20s in college, I dated just to date, right? My Mama Sue was like, you know, get to know folks, you know, don't jump into any commitments. So at that age in my life, it was just about dating to date. So no, I don't think it's automatic that it should lead to marriage. However, when I started dating at this stage in my life, over 35, I was very clear that I was dating to get married. So I met my husband on Match.com, and it basically, the headline was like, looking for a husband. No, it didn't quite say that, but it was really clear that I was in the phase of getting married. So I was clear that I was dating for marriage. So it really just depends on where you are in your life, and if that's even a value for you. Some people don't even want to get married, you know what I mean? So you should have a life, enjoy, go out, meet people, date, if that's what you want to do. But if you want to get married, be clear about that as well, and be intentional with the person and tell them, like, this is where I am in my life, and I'm dating to get to know you for marriage. And if that's not where you are, do not waste your time on dating somebody who does not want to get married and you do, because trust me, it's a waste of time. But anyway, that's my 08 cents on it. And hey, Pat, I see you out there.
Oh, I didn't think. Okay, so for you, you're saying there, depending on where you are in your life, where you are, you know, in your level of maturity or age. Don't blame Mama Sue. You said don't blame her. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, it definitely makes sense, and I think it depends on your personality too. It probably depends on your upbringing as well. I don't think that I ever was the type of person to date just to date. Like I like myself. I like doing what I like to do. So I want to do what I want to do. So when I date, when I'm giving you my time, then that means, you know, if the marriage is somewhere in the future. Doesn't mean tomorrow. Doesn't mean, yeah, I don't why am I dating you? I feel like I'm wasting my time. I can go have fun. No, I don't need nobody to pay for my meal. I can go out by myself. I can go out with my girl.
For that thing that ends in EX.
I wasn't that type of person. I wasn't doing that. You know what I mean? Like I'm just about to give myself to somebody else. So that just wasn't my thing. I want to do what I want to do. And you know, if I'm ready to give you my time, then we're on the path to relationship. I'm not about to just chill with somebody. That's my time, and I like doing what I want to do.
Pardon me, at this age now, and have been a divorced woman now, I'm now going to date to eat. I'm just playing.
He said to eat.
I'm dating to go on trips now. I'm dating for scandal. I'm not going to even let another regular N-word leave me, honey. You leave me, it's going to be a scandal, honey. So I'm dating for scandal.
You said you dating a scandal.
I'm dating for recognition. I'm dating for a deal. I'm dating for money. I ain't even dating for no date. Marriage? No. No more.
You don't think you'll ever get married again?
Nah. I don't think I have enough in me to give up that energy again. And it because it wiped out 10 years of my life that.
And you gave it your all when you were in it.
Wait, what happened?
I said you can't get them 10 years back, huh?
It was my prime years, sis. I mean, I damn near forfeited my career. I'm just getting back. I got back and the pandemic hit, so now I'm behind 11 years.
Girl, be thankful it was only 10 and 11.
Fuck that. I ain't been thankful for nothing that had me. I'm just playing. I'm sorry, Aisha.
Because you know my situation.
I am, but
10 years ain't nothing.
I'm not dating for. I'm dating just to feel good. Feel good.
I love Dawn. Candid.
Dawn, where's your drink?
Oh, definitely Candid. But I think that, I mean, that's what she enjoys, right? So I think if that's what makes Dawn happy, that's what Dawn should do. I don't think that Dawn should try to be like me. You know what I mean? I think that that's what makes me happy. I'd rather be by myself than, you know.
No, but you know, you got to kiss a lot of what is
frogs?
it? A lot of monkeys to get a zoo. What is it? You know.
I heard you got to kiss a lot of frogs to get a prince. I don't know about monkeys and a zoo. That's new to me.
Same thing.
Okay. Funny. Okay.
I like to go out with men, and I don't necessarily want them to be my husband, but I like to have fun. Let's chit chat and just chit chat. Now that I am single, and you know, I'm fresh off of divorce March 16th. In case y'all didn't know, okay, y'all do know.
Yes.
Okay. No, you know what, Dawn? I think you are right. I think between my two husbands, I did date just to date. And it just was short-lived. It was short-lived because I met my husband. But I was when my divorce paper was signed, oh, I was ready. I was like, woo, woo, woo. But then it didn't last long. So I forgot about that part. It was short-lived. All right. Dawn, you have a lot of fans. They say they with you. They got that.
Hey, if it's up, then it's up, then it's up. I know that's right. Are those the same song?
All right. So everybody got to say.
What you say? I'm over here crying. What? Who taught you that?
Oh my God!
He said, "Who taught you, Dawn?
Who taught you that?
I am not your granny. I am not granny.
I know, but who? Where? That is crazy. You ain't never say that.
I'm hip.
Okay,
Don't let the gray in them braids fool y'all.
I'm gonna do a question, and then I have to tell. I'm gonna do a. We have 5 minutes left, you guys. Well, 7 minutes. But I'm gonna do a question, and then I'm gonna let Dawn talk about her upcoming event. All right. My phone says we have 4 minutes. Okay. I don't know what question I chose before. I can't see. Okay, we did that already. All right. Ladies. Oh, this is a long one. Okay. Well, ladies, do you know love languages? Did you choose a partner that has the same or different love language? Okay, so it's to all of us, and I guess I'll be quick. So yes, I know my love languages. My partner, we overlap on one love language, not all of them.
What's yours?
What'd you say?
What's your love language?
My love languages are acts of service and quality time. And my husband's quality time and touch, physical touch.
Yeah.
So how do I get that? So yeah, the quality time we have together, and not that I'm not touched, but that's further down the line. Anybody else?
What dog want to speak?
That's funny.
See.
I think our love language is food and sex, lots of it. I'm honest, and lots and lots of it. And
so that's physical.
A lot of physical and communication. Like we talk all day, every day. Like it feels abnormal. Yeah, it feels abnormal if I go like 10 minutes without texting or FaceTiming. So
okay.
Yeah.
So what did you say? Physical and words of affirmation, but both of you guys have the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay. Anybody else?
Mine is definitely quality time. I'm spoiled. I'm not gonna lie, and that's really my only one. His is quality time too, so it worked for both of us. Yeah,
That's
it worked
good.
out. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Apparently, I don't know.
What you got?
I just got divorced, so apparently I don't know the language. I didn't have no subtitles, or no closed caption button. I don't know the language. Thank you.
All right, Sonny.
I think mine has changed over the years. In the beginning, I was like, I don't want candy. I don't want roses. Candy make me fat. Roses will die. But now I want those things. So,
and I think that's probably possible because we do change over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because quality time after this pandemic is like,
not as important, but we got all the quality time we need for a while.
24/7, 365. No, I'm just kidding.
You so funny. All right. So Dawn said okay, I'm not gonna force Dawn. Okay, Dawn, you get a couple of minutes to talk about your upcoming event.
Okay, so it's a work release program. I'm just saying. In the Chicagoland area. Are we starting? Hopefully, it's kind of tentative. All right, I'm gonna put it. It's May 5th, Single Day Mayo. I'm starting a comedy show.
My wedding anniversary. Okay.
Oh yeah, because you and Liz.
My birthday.
Celebration.
Hey.
It is all over the place.
It's your wedding anniversary. Your birthday is your husband's birthday. That's a 3 and C. So May 5th on 91st and Stony. It's called Nipsey's. I'm doing starting my comedy show. I'm setting it off so we can have a nice jam in summer. It's gonna be dope. It's not a gong show. It's not a open mic. It's a professional comics. You probably will see a couple newer comics because we had to start somewhere. Just don't boo. It's grown folks.
Will it be a virtual option for those of us in California?
I usually do virtual, but I don't know if I will put this online unless we do a room where you pay to get in, just to be fair. I don't know yet.
Okay.
It's something to think about.
California, enjoy your little weather and sit on your little porch by your little self.
No, hey, I moved from New York, so I understand cold. Okay, that's why I live here.
That's how you know somebody hating when they put the word little in front of anything. With your little husband, go on your little date.
Right, with your little deck and your little lawn chair and all of that.
Congratulations, Dawn. That's awesome.
Yay! Yes. Thank you. Amani is 35 and older, so you stay your ass at home and have sex.
I will.
Imani said no problem there. All right, so toast to the very last episode of season 3. I'm laughing at Imani. All right, thank you. Yes, we have had some wonderful ladies grace our, I guess it's not a stage, our screen.
Virtual studio, yes.
Right. Boss chicks galore. Not that I didn't know that I knew so many boss chicks, but boy, they are just coming in, flooding us. So I am very proud with all of these wonderful, accomplished, amazing women that are just doing some great things. And I'm just happy that you guys took the time to come and be on Candid Conversations. We are all excited. Man, thank you. I really appreciate you guys. And keep doing what you're doing. I am here to support you and keep the movement going.
That's right.
Right.
Yay for season 3. Wait, what season is this? 8?
Girl.
This is season 3. What season is it?
This is season 3. We're wrapping up season 3. But hey, season 8 sounds good. From your lips to God's ears, right?
Word. I have a really good time with Candid Conversation. So thank you.
You women are wonderful. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Okay, so as always, let me close. But girls, don't go anywhere. You know about the after set. All right. 1 second. Thank you so much for tuning in to Candid Conversations with Aisha Israel and learning about our boss chick, Sauda Johnson-McNeal, and her movie, The Skin You're In. We are so excited just for all of the boss chicks that have come across our screen this season, and we're looking forward to highlighting more amazing women in season 4. So send in your questions, your scenarios, and your suggestions for what our third choice should be. And this is Aisha Israel, the laid back, down to earth life coach, reminding you to know and embrace true love because you are worth it. Have a wonderful evening and a blessed week.